Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the front three fights bantamweight division. Here we go. Let's meet our fighters. Fighting out of the red corner to my right, standing in at 5 feet 5 inches tall, weighing in at an even 136 pounds, with a record of 8 wins against just 3 defeats, from Boise, Idaho, representing hardcore Idaho, I give you Dominic the Chihuahua Pierson. His opponent across the ring to my left, fighting out of the blue corner, standing 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in tonight at 134 1/2 pounds, with a record of 3 wins against 4 defeats. Also from Boise, Idaho, representing Combat Fitness, I give you Stephen Stirewalt. Our referee in charge of the action when it begins is Rulin Day.
And here we go with our final amateur bout of the night. Dominic Pierson against Stephen Stirewalt. Dominic Pierson with the 8-3 record versus the Stephen Stirewalt record of 3-4. And here we go.
Stirewalt has kind of a little karate stance going on.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Dominic Pierson almost connected with a hard right hand. Good strikes coming from both fighters right now.
When Dominic throws his punches, his feet are nice and planted, and you'll see the power come in. Watch his feet stay a little bit more planted, and he's less bouncy. And you know, at this point, when you're trying to throw power, that's really good. Watch this.
Dominic Pierson getting a warning there from referee Rulon Day there to watch the strikes. Good, smart move by Stephen Stirewalt, trying to get that triangle locked in right off the bat, taking him to the ground. Dominic doing a good job backing Stephen in the cage, limiting his mobility.
Stirewalt has a nice big mouse on his right eye and got him cut.
3 right shots there by Dominic. Good.
See, here's where we need a little bit of wrist control or attack in the neck. Ooh, nice front kick.
Stephen Stirewalt returning the favor on that front kick.
Wouldn't have thrown that kick with your back to the cage. And that's why now his back's in the cage, because he threw a kick there. I should have thrown punches. Did a nice job circling out. Let's see if Stirewalt
a left-right
circles
combination
out.
there
Stirewalt
by Dominic
circled out.
Pierson. Another good front leg kick there.
You know, to do that front leg kick, it doesn't really
good uppercut by Stephen Stirewalt.
It doesn't really cause damage. It's more for range. So I don't really like throwing that, you know, with your back to the cage. It's more of a push. You know, it's called teep. It's like a push kick.
Good elbow there. He's going to watch
illegal.
that. He's going to get a warning. That is not legal in the amateur rules. So if this does go to a judge, that will affect his scoring.
And what's good about it was they've both been warned. One was knee to the head, that one was the elbow, because this is, you know, amateurs, you can't do that. So the ref is actually really good, Rulon Day, you know, and letting that go and saying, all right, you know, because he didn't dock him a point, either one.
Nice hard left, 2 rights there by Dominic Pierson. And kudos to Stephen Stirewalt. He's taken some heavy damage in this first round. You can't really see it, but those shots are going to start taking effect as the rounds go on, as this fight continues. Both fighters still standing in strong in this one.
Watch Dominic's feet planted when he throws his punches. That's where all the power's coming from.
And that's what we were alluding to. Stephen Stirewalt has taken those shots. The power coming from Dominic. Leading with that foot, following with the fist. All the power he can muster. You can now start to see those strikes, especially from the left hands, coming in the right eye of Stephen Stirewalt. Almost like a mark for Dominic to focus on. He knows where the damage is coming in. Nice stare down by both fighters at the end there. All right, we take a look at the Project Filter replay brought to you by Project Filter. You decide when. We will show you how. Heavy damage coming from both of these fighters, the strikes, the kicks. The damage really starting to come effect and being shown on the right eye of Stephen Stirewalt, and still able to stand in there.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really impressed with both fighters, you know, but like I said before, Stirewalt's just bouncing a little bit too much and throwing kicks kind of at the wrong time. And these onesie kicks, just throwing one kick at a time, at this amateur bout, there's no reason to really do that to make damage. It should just be to set up your hands and, throwing one kicks, and that's on both fighters. They need to follow this up with a flurry of shots, with their hands. That's just my only real critique. Got a big mouse over Stephen Stirewalt's right eye.
That's obviously where the most damage is coming in from Dominic Pierson. One can only assume that he is going to focus a lot on that as we get underway in round number 2.
Off the cage, center of the ring.
See, there's a teep kick. That was good, kept him back.
Get off the cage,
But
Dom, get off the
there you go.
Good side kick there by Stephen Stirewalt.
It seems like Stirewalt's starting to settle down a little bit. Even though he's bouncing around, you can kind of see he's got a plan. And I think he's kind of taken the worst of Dominic. So he's probably, see, there's that
Good.
teep kick. See what I was talking about? And he got it caught.
Steven's aware that that's coming now, so he knows when that foot starts coming forward, as you saw there, he can grab a hold of it and try to push him back in the cage and get him down to the ground.
cage, Dom. Circle, get on your toes and circle.
Takedown. Nice underhook. Very nice.
Good reversal there by Dominic Pierson as Stephen Stirewalt came in for the takedown there.
Wrist control, Dominic. Get his hands on the cage.
Stephen Stirewalt trying to use the cage to his advantage to get out of that precarious position. Gives up the back. Dominic ever to get on the back there, and now this is wherever Dominic
One hook
wants
in.
to take it.
We got one hook in.
Good roll out there by
Needs
Dominic.
across
Doesn't
his
really
feet.
want to give up that position, but avoids getting both hooks in.
Now, probably go to mount or keep the back. There you go.
Position and wrist control.
He's doing a good job swimming his hands back and forth. He just got the face locked in there. That's more of a nuisance.
Now he's got the right arm under. Stephen doing a good job turning his body, keeping from giving up his body to that rear naked choke. Good reversal by Stephen Stirewalt. Let's get back on top there, and now this one is his. Good hard right shot from Stephen Stirewalt. Dominic Pierson in a very precarious position at this point. Good hammer fist.
Armbar attempt. A little too shallow. Dominic needs to try to put his feet in the hips and just push him away and scramble up, rather than go for subs here. Or come out the back door, just like that.
Good fast move by Stephen Stirewalt there. As he tried to change positions, realized that wasn't going to work, and did pretty much a 360 to get back to where he wanted to go. Another good left shot there by Stephen Stirewalt.
Dominic's got pretty good defense here. He's working it in and out.
You got to talk about the leg strength, too, to use your legs to keep at bay a 134-pound man that's trying to hit you with all of his weight.
Yeah. He's doing a really good job of keeping his shins, keeping something in front of him, even though he's getting connected on right now, a lot of them are glancing blows. There's a couple good ones in there, but most of those
good
are
right-left
glancing.
combination. Dominic not wanting to move too fast in this one right now, trying to keep Stephen Stirewalt at bay as we come down to the final 15 seconds of round number 2. It seems that all of a sudden the switch got flipped and Stephen Stirewalt is in complete control of the second half of this round.
Yeah, that's kind of what I saw. I said, he looks a little bit more, he's still bouncing around, which is totally fine. Some of the best people in the business do that. But it seems like he had kind of game plan and he was going after it.
All right, as we head to the Project Filter replay brought to you by Project Filter, you decide when, we will show you how. The big turning point in this match, this reversal we're about ready to see right here as Dominic Pierson appears to have control of Stephen Stirewalt, and with one move right there, he turns the body around, and from this point on in the match, Stephen Stirewalt was in firm control.
And I don't know what the exact time frame was, but it seemed like almost like Dominic was, more dominant for the first 2 minutes, but that last minute was very conclusive, towards Stephen. So, that's one of those situations where the last, third of the round can really stick in the judge's mind, and he probably stole that round. So as I see it right now, you have to probably assume it's 1 round to 1 round.
We'll be excited to see what the third round is gonna bring as you see Dominic Pierson gets his final instructions from Coach Brandon Chewy. Of course, Brandon Chewy, a longtime fighter here inside CenturyLink Arena, and great gym that he runs out there. You called it 1 round to 1 round, final round. Fireworks as one could expected this one.
Yeah, this is, this has to be a deciding factor. I think it's this round. See what happens. There's that teep kick
That teep kick you talked about several times at the end. Oh,
nice.
2 right shots by Dominic. Didn't follow that one up. Allows Stephen Stirewalt to get back to base there.
See, that was a good kick, and then he followed it up. Stirewalt followed it up with some strikes.
That goose egg over the right eye growing bigger by the minute on Stephen Stirewalt, coming in for the low right leg kick.
Look for it. Dominic has an opportunity to do an uppercut. You know, I would say that's kind of the more open thing, but
Stephen going for the right-left combination.
oh, nice 1-2s, 1-2s. Very nice.
One can only assume that the power of Dominic's strikes really starting to affect Stephen. His right eye all but swollen shut at this point. You saw him staggering pretty hard after a couple of shots just a few seconds ago.
Yeah, Stephen's power is lacking just a little bit, or sorry, Dominic's power is lacking just a little bit because his punches are a little bit loopy. You know, they're not coming right down the middle, and that's what he was doing the first round. That was, you know, so dominant. So, you know, they're kind of starting to get wide and long. So, needs to bring him up the middle a little bit more, and that uppercut's there as well. But I would just stick away from the leg kicks. See there, he took a leg kick, but he gave two really good punches.
Stephen Stirewalt getting in the back, which is exactly what he needed. He's got that choke. He's going for it. We talked about it. He has got that locked in. Can Dominic withstand it at this point? He has got it locked in tight.
He needs to look towards the sky.
Dominic appears to be fading fast. He is bloodied as well.
There you go. There you go. He's out.
Good move by Dominic, turning in the body. Stephen Stirewalt not giving it up, though, as both men showing the effects of this fight.
Needs to lead with his hips a little bit more and get heavy.
And when things seemed desperate for Dominic in the final round, he grabs control again, and at this point, Stephen in a lot of trouble as we enter this final 45 seconds. Dominic's battered, he is bloodied, but in firm control of Stephen Stirewalt right now as both men get back to their feet.
Stephen's all bloodied up. Dominic's nose is
Stephen's
bleeding.
bloodied up from the nose of Dominic Pierson. He's the one bleeding.
And that's where a teep kick works in the center of the ring. You know, that worked really well. See, punches right up the middle are what's going to do the job for both men.
Both men going for the same thought. Both men connecting on this one. Hold on to your hats, folks. We are in for an exciting final 15 seconds as the fists are flying from both men at this point. We are down to the final 10 seconds. Who is going to do enough to sway the judges in their decision? You couldn't ask for a better finish in this fight. Split going into this round. Both men had control at some point in this round. Both gave it their all in that final 30 seconds. Great fight by these two young men.
All three fights we've had thus far have been amazing.
As we go to the Project Filter replay brought to you by Project Filter, you decide when, we'll show you how. This is where the end appeared to be near for Dominic Pierson as Stephen Stirewalt is able to get back position and lock in the rear naked choke. One we thought almost all but over at this point.
This is where you look to see the gameness in fighters. And see, the fact is Dominic could have taken the easy road out, not defended as well. Say, oh, shoot, try it again. But he's already beaten him once. Dominic's already beaten Stephen once. And I think, you know, just sheer determination and grit kept him in, you know, from getting submitted there. And see here, you see all these punches. You know, they're a little loopy, but at least he's throwing them right down the middle, keeping him in his face.
And again, this is the final 10-15 seconds around. Both men letting these fly. Both men suffering heavy damage. Dominic Pierson winning round number 1. Stephen Stirewalt winning round number 2. This one we can only assume is going to be a split decision as we just await the final numbers here.
That was a great fight.
Talk about fighters wanting to put on a show here for not only the crown but their fighters, but for those looking on to the show as they continue to grow. Other promotions are looking for fighters promoters looking for places to bring their fighters. These two definitely closed out the amateur bout in a big, big way. We are going to find out who wins this one right now as we go inside the cage with Britt Talbert.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we go to the judges' scorecards, we're not going to read it to you. Give these two warriors a nice round of applause here. I tell you what, 3 rounds and they left it all here in the cage for you tonight. Nice job, gentlemen. We will go to the judges' scorecards. Our referee, Tom Supnet, has it 30-27. Judge Steve French has scored this bout 29-28. Judge Scott Marker has it 30-27 for your winner. Fighting out of the red corner, Dominic the Chihuahua Pierson.